Hello everyone, I told you I was going to do some tutorials. Let's make this bracelet together. The first thing that we're going to do, we're going to measure our stretch cord. And I like to measure my cord 7.5 inches for this bracelet because it's just a generic um, average bracelet. The average wrist for an average woman is 7.5 inches. You can make it bigger if you know your wrist size. You can use more stretch cord and make a larger bracelet. Then I use a bead stopper. If you don't have a bead stopper, you can just tie it in a knot on the end just so your beads won't fall off while you're working on the other end. I love them. They're great. And my beads here, I got African jade. Beads can be quite expensive. I love the gemstone, but I buy the gemstone because I sell my products on my website, NGB 522 jewelry. That's my website, .org. ngb522jewelry.org. But you're making this bracelet, so you do not have to use gemstones if you choose not to. If you're doing it just as a hobby, or you can be doing it to make money on the side and selling at different events, or just gifting to friends, or it could be a hobby for your children. You can use any kind of beads, plastic beads, glass beads. Just get creative about it. The thing about beads, some beads, especially gemstone beads, some beads will fit on a thicker cord like this stretch cord, but some will not. In the cases, there's things that you can do in this case when it does not fit. For one, you can have a Dremel and you can drill into the already made hole and it will enlarge the hole for you so that it will fit on the stretch cord. Or you can get a thinner stretch cord. Or what you can do, you can put it on a wire with a clasp. Instead of using stretch cord, use wire. And right here, I think I'm going to put some gold spacers on it to give that a little extra touch. It's something about green and gold that it speaks elegance to me. So, or royalty. So I'm using gold spacers. And how you space your beads is just according to how you like your beads to be, what you want, what look you're going for. Be creative. What I do, I space my beads or place my beads and my spacers and my different designs biblically. I use biblical numbers. So you see I got 3 beads, then I have a spacer. So my 3 beads represents for me the Father, Son, Holy Ghost. And then that spacer, that one spacer equals God. So the Father, the Son, Holy Ghost equals God. That's how I do it. But you can do yours any kind of way you want. It's your bracelet. Do it your way. Now I'm measuring to see how long is my bracelet. Do I need to add another spacer, some more beads, or what do I need to do? Or am I 7.5 inches, or am I 7 inches? And remember, it's stretch cord, so I'm about 7.5 inches. I'm not going to put anything else on there. I'm going to leave it. Measure your wrist if you don't know your wrist size. So I'm taking my spacers off because I want to stretch that cord. Stretch that cord because stretch cord will stretch some more once you start wearing it and the wear and tear. So you want to take all the stretch out that you can. So that's what I'm doing right here before I tie my bracelet. I love stretch bracelets because I don't have to deal with a clasp. I don't have to fasten it. I don't have to worry about it getting caught up on my clothes. I don't have to worry about none of that. I just slip it on and slip it out, and I can stack them any kind of way I want. But yeah, here I'm tying it. Next time I do it without gloves, I can show you how I tie better without gloves. But my gloves kept getting stuck, caught up. But I do what they call a doctor's knot, where you take it through, you pull it, and then you take it through a couple of times, and then you just pull it to make it tight. Because, and I'm a witness, these bracelets, they don't usually come apart. Sometimes they might break, not very often. Out of all the hundreds of bracelets that I made, maybe one or two have broken. That's because the hole in the bead was kind of sharp. And so after time, it was wearing and tearing on the stretch cord, which caused it to snap. It doesn't happen often. Now I know to make sure that the inside of that hole is smooth so it won't wear and tear on my cord. Then I use this cement that you can get from any jewelry supply store, even Amazon. Put it on that bead, put a bead of it on that stretch cord where you knotted it at, and hold it for a while. It dries quick. Then you just leave it there so it can dry. I leave it while I'm doing other stuff, but at least 10 minutes. Let it sit on there for at least 10 minutes to dry good. And then you come back and you just clip it. Clip the extra off of your bracelet. This is going to look like a very expensive bracelet. Well, the beads was not cheap that I used because I use natural gemstone. You don't have to use natural gemstone. Isn't that beautiful? Oh my goodness, that is gorgeous. I want to keep it for myself, but I'm going to place it on my website. And that's how you make an easy stretch bracelet. I love it. But next video, like I said, I'm going to show you how to do a bracelet with the clasp. So have your beads ready, have you some wire ready, and we're going to do it with lobster clasps. Look at that. That is absolutely stunning. God bless.